just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what send me if it go flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. I have to take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I cleave your eyes. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play you, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. This is yours truly, Franco. Today we have a very important guest, none other than Mr. Michael Anthony Bell. He's a scientific officer. He's going to be here today talking to us about technology and a whole lot more. So in the meantime, if you got to get your tea, whether it be coffee, whatever beverage that you consume this time of the morning, go ahead. If you got a refill, go ahead. I will be linking up with Flavius in a few minutes. So make sure you have everything ready by the time we get back. More music.
Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
Morning, Flavius. Flavius, morning, sir.
Morning.
Where you up to this morning? What's happening in your neck of the woods?
Outside looking very bleaky this morning.
Bleaky day for you, huh?
Yesterday, the weatherman said today would be the day that we get some sun, but we got it yesterday.
Okay.
So they're mixing up their thing, but it probably still will come out, still early.
Mother Nature trick him, man. Trick him get tricked.
Yeah, him can't know what is happening.
Early I talked to a friend of mine and him tell me, say, boy, something else I build up out on the sea. Supposed to head into the Caribbean. That's
okay.
Well, we know them in the Greek alphabet. And the one we pass, we're supposed to be heading to New Orleans or St. Louis.
Yeah.
It named Zeta.
Okay.
So,
wow.
Yes, sir.
So what's going on?
I have no idea. We was just talking and him, asked if we were going in Jamaica and he was just telling me, when I'm here, etc. We were talking about the school system actually. you know,
Okay. Okay.
where I see, basically the failure of the school system, but, it really started from in the 90s,
Mm.
so, me feel about secondary schools that they
Yeah.
turn into high school. I think that was a big letdown, it should have never,
It was a.
you know.
It was a. You know, when you have a young mango
Mm-hmm.
and you try to ripen it,
Yeah.
what they call force ripe.
Force ripe it, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, exactly.
Everything has its place, man. You use that, and you use that stepping ladder and you step from one step to the other.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make a big jump,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because we were you were talking about the same
what
thing you mentioned yesterday about the Labour government was looking for skilled workers, and that's what he,
Yeah.
him bring up this morning. And I say, yeah, because I think some of those secondary schools that they turn into high school, they could have turned them into technical schools, or even comprehensive high school, where they give the students a chance, for learn trades, and thing like that. So we could, him say we had the labor force once, with technical skill workers, but now it's gone.
Oh, we need that. We know.
But we need it. It should be a thing that does keep filling up. It's not supposed to empty. I'm not hearing you, sir.
Yeah.
You're going in and out. You're going in and out.
Yeah.
We're going to play some Azzy D. Where do we go wrong? And then we come back with Flavius.
Where we go wrong, where we go wrong, where we go wrong, where we go wrong. We have a nice little island and now I mash up the place. With the gun and the war and the crime is such a disgrace. We used to play domino on the corner run with little race. Domino, domino. We never teeth Matty Pudding cause everyone gets a taste. I tell you, where we go wrong, where we go wrong, where we go wrong, where we go wrong. We used to have respect for our elders and mind our ways. Good manners were the in thing back in those days. We were proud of our country and culture, no prizes we win. We win. Now we look to foreign, cause yard and bleach out with skin. Where we go wrong, where we go wrong, where we go wrong, where we go wrong. Now don't take this for a joke. There is a link with the gun and the coke. If we don't stop this madness we're doing, our country will be in a ruin. Make the effort improve our ways. Remember the good old days when our young girls grew into ladies, not mothers while you're still babies. Where we go wrong, where we go wrong.
Where we go wrong. The music of Azzy D and Stevie G. Where do we go wrong? Oh, leap a wrong turn we make.
Oh, yeah.
So we have back Flavius, sound much better now.
Okay, good.
And that's another thing. We were talking about the internet thing as well. Same thing we mentioned yesterday about the 5G.
Yeah.
In the Chinese, and the
Yeah.
US. Well, only hope, Jamaica do what them do. Do the right thing.
That is very debatable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they know what they're doing. It's all about who can make money.
True. So what we have this morning? This morning we have Did You Know?
Yes.
Continue from the Caribbean. Huh?
Yeah, we are looking at food, man. Food. Most important thing in our land.
Food sovereignty.
Yes. We have to be planting enough food to eat and to export. We can't keep importing all this amount of food. When you look at the food bill, billions. Not to mention, they had a preliminary estimate yesterday of the flood damage. Gone past $1 billion already.
Yeah.
Yep. But when you look at our food bill, man, it's ridiculous. And when you compare that to the amount of things that we actually sell, food that we sell, it's minuscule. We buy almost everything. Billions of dollars we spend every year on food alone, food that we can grow, food, It's amazing. So something has to give. Something has to change in that light. That we have, that we have food sovereignty, food security. And Jamaica really, realistically, Jamaica should be feeding the rest of the Caribbean, at least the smaller islands. But we're not. We are just buying. And every time, in fact, I heard something yesterday again, and it all comes, I think it's in the Did You Know, it all come back to the same old thing, that Jamaicans are samplers. We have the best thing, but we can't produce enough in a sustained way.
It lead back to management.
Of course. Jamaica have the best chocolate in the world, the best quality. And we allow the industry to die. I heard from some good source some long time ago that some of the major chocolate, with this is like chocolate bar makers, do not finalize their mix until Jamaica chocolate is available. But they have long stopped that now because we just stopped producing. So we know we are in the market now. And we have the best quality, without a doubt. But we find some way to mess it up. That people, okay, we can't bother with them. Then again, come and them probably going to be a small amount, X, Y, and Z. Like I see the Grenadians come to Highgate and bought the equipment that we threw away after we crashed the internationally famous Highgate chocolate. And they are booming now. They have an industry, their niche market that they are doing so well. And we were top of the heap. And we just allow, I don't know, bad management and all kind of cronyism and all kind of things to destroy it. And of course, thousands of people out of work. It's amazing. And the Highgate area, all around St. Mary, like from my area to Highgate and all that, that's where the chocolate is grown. The best quality chocolate. It's amazing.
So let's get into Did You Know?
Yeah, so we're gonna touch on some more of the food that we have in the Caribbean and that we try to export. I think we're still with fruits. So Alison, please do your thing.
Today we will continue where we left off with Did You Know on citrus, papaya, golden apple, and bananas. Papaya. Papaya, Carica papaya, also known as pawpaw, is popularly grown in the tropics and is adapted to diverse soils and climates. The fruit has a sweet taste and good flavors and is high in vitamin C and other nutrients. It is also versatile, with unripe fruit cooked as a vegetable much like summer squash or used in cubes for salads. According to the findings of a document entitled The Papaya Industry in CARICOM, Competitiveness and Industry Development Strategies, the papaya industry in CARICOM is relatively underdeveloped. The volume of production is commercially significant in only a few countries, with the most important being Barbados, Belize, Guyana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago. Papaya, as a significant export industry, is limited mainly to Belize and Jamaica, with exports in both cases dominated by a few large producers-exporters. The Belizean papaya industry is the largest in CARICOM, ranking second to Mexico in terms of the volume of exports to the U.S. market, with production being concentrated among 3 large producers. One of the constraints identified in a market intelligence report on papaya is Caribbean suppliers or producers' inability to consistently supply large volumes of high-quality papaya to the US, Canada, and UK markets. Also, these markets appear to have a stronger preference for smaller single-serve fruits, and in this regard, there is a marked preference for the solo and solo sunrise varieties. These have a competitive edge over other larger varieties such as Idol and Red Flesh. Another constraint facing the region's papaya industry is the state of development of the domestic market. This market remains underexploited, particularly the tourism component. So too is the development of the value-added aspect of the industry. Why invest in papaya production? Regional demand for papaya remains undersupplied concerning its various uses. Local populations and tourism sectors have a strong preference for papaya as a fruit. Potential to dominate domestic and international markets due to its use as both table fruit and in its green form as a processing raw material. CARICOM's imports for 2014 were $973,000 while exports were $10.67 million. Belize is the major exporting country, accounting for 98.1% of the quantity exported. The US is the most important market for CARICOM producers to target due to the size of the market, US $58.3 million. Growth trends: proximity. Other markets, including the EU, especially the UK and Canada, offer export potential. Tomorrow we will continue with more fruits from the Caribbean. I am Alison Goodness with today's Did You Know? Golden apple. Golden apple, or June plum, botanical name Spondias dulcis, is a member of the Anacardiaceae family, which is a family of flowering plants that bear drupe fruits, which includes mango, poison ivy and cashews. Also known as Pumicithera, yellow egg and Jamaican June plum, golden apple differs completely to American, Japanese, and European plums, which are thin-skinned stone fruits, and members of the Prunus genus and Rosaceae family. The single most common denominator between golden apples and true plums is that the fruits both bear a central pit. Golden apple has a creamy-colored semi-acidic firm flesh with flavors of pineapple, mango, and apple. When mature, it reveals aromas of sweet summer melons, and its skin eventually ripens from lime green to hues of rose and orange. The fruit of the tree tends to be in season in the early and latter parts of the year, namely January and February, and then July to December. Golden apples are commonly used to make jams, chutneys, and juices. They are used as a pickling ingredient and a traditional accompaniment to ice cream and yogurt. They complement grilled and roasted seafood chilies, citrus, other tropical fruits, such as papaya, and mango stewed meats, such as lamb, and pork, dried fruits, such as raisins and figs, berries, ginger, and anise. Some 3,000 metric tons of golden apple is produced in the region annually. In Grenada, according to the Marketing and National Importing Board, MNIB, golden apple is the second main export fruit, preceded by soursop, and accounts for 6% of fruit production there. Why invest in golden apple production? Golden apple has been identified in the OECS as a crop with strong potential for linkages with high-value buyers, AVMS. Hotels across the OECS purchase a variety of fresh produce including golden apple. In Grenada, a study has identified golden apple as a priority product for export, with key markets being the US, United Kingdom, and CARICOM. There is future growth, particularly in agro-processing. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago are actively exploring agro-processing of the fruit as potential growth options. Banana. The banana and plantain family are botanical berries that have been used for starch for a long time. The fruit is variable in size, color, and firmness, but is usually elongated and curved with soft flesh rich in starch, and covered with a rind which may be green, yellow, red, purple, or brown when ripe. Bananas are sweet, particularly from the Cavendish group, while plantains are starchier, less sweet, and are eaten cooked rather than eaten raw. Bananas constitute a major staple food crop in developing countries. The most common edible banana is Cavendish, which may be unviable for large-scale cultivation in the next 10-20 years. Cavendish plants are all genetically identical, which them vulnerable to diseases such as Panama disease and black sigatoka disease. World banana production amounts to around 81 million tons per year. Due to the climatic conditions required to grow them, production is mainly concentrated in developing countries in Asia, the Caribbean, and Latin America. In the Windward Islands and the rest of the Caribbean, especially Dominica, holdings are in the 1 to 2 acre range. For many Latin America and the Caribbean producer countries, bananas are a crucial cash crop, and the majority of these bananas are exported. In the Caribbean, production is usually done by private stakeholders, with the government providing support to producers. For the Windward Islands, the industry has been the most important sector since the 1950s. Most farmers are organized under the Windward Islands Farmers Association, WINFA, which links national organizations of small farmers in each country. In St. Vincent, banana production employs upwards of 60% of the workforce and accounts for 50% of merchandise exports. Meanwhile, Jamaica's exports have declined significantly since 2008, and the country now mainly produces for local consumption. On Wednesday, we will complete the final segment in citrus, papaya, golden apple, and bananas.
Yeah, that was Did You Know? Brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, uniquely Caribbean. So in case you never know, now you know. Getting ready to link up with Michael and Tony Bell. So Flavius.
Yes, sir.
So for those who don't know, June plum is referred to as golden apple.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh my gosh, when I saw it, I was cracking up. I said, what? If somebody said to me, you guys have golden apples in Jamaica, it surely it'd rattle my brain. Because I never know that's the name for it, the next name for it. That's the agricultural name for it. Because we grew up knowing it as June plum. but it's
Yeah?
referred to as the golden apple. Yeah, man. So, for those who don't know, now you know. June plum, the golden apple. Gonna be linking up with Michael and Tony Bell. So let me give you some Sharon Forrester in the meantime.
This is your very own sports, music, and lifestyle podcast with Flavius and Franco. Welcome.
Oh mama, mama, oh mama, mama, oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so boy. I met a boy the other day, got the sweetest loving ever come my way. Do anything I say when he loves me this way. The only thing I say is, oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so boy. Oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so boy. You got boy in it, so wonderful. You got boy in it, so wonderful. Boy, so wonderful. All I can say is, oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so boy. Oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so boy. Look me with it ton, dee ton break. Man, you better run come, cause I need a fix. Man, you better run come, cause I need a fix. I feel it, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, Miss Abagoya. Oh, mama. Ooh, Miss Abagoya. Oh, mama. Ooh, Miss Abagoya. Oh, mama. Ooh, Miss Abagoya. He got Bagoya in it. So wonderful. Mr. Bagoya in it. So wonderful. He got Bagoya. So wonderful. I met a boy the other day, got the sweetest loving ever come my way. Do anything I say, but when he loves me this way, the only thing I say is, oh mama, mama, oh mama, mama, oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so bad. And you hit me with it ton, dee dee dee.
Bagwire from Sharon Forrester. Big tune. We have with us now.
Wicked tune.
Yeah, man, a wicked tune, man. Flavius favors tune, you know.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay, we have with us Mr. Michael and Tony Bell this morning. And Flavius.
Good morning, yes. Good morning, yes.
Yeah, you want to take the cue? Take the reign?
Alice not doing anything this morning?
No. We're going to make you introduce him officially.
Okay. This morning we have a very versatile brother from Jamaica, Mr. Michael and Bell, who have been involved in many different areas. He's a scientist, spending quite a bit of time at the Jamaica Scientific Research Council, and he's also a musician. He's into promotions, but I will let him tell you more. So, Michael.
Take it away, Michael.
Yes.
Take it away.
Blessed love, man. So good to be here. So good to be here, you know.
Yeah. Tell us something about Michael and
What
Bell.
part of my story you want? You want the start or you want the end? Which side of the story you want? Well,
Started
came from Kingston. Originally came from Kingston.
Okay.
Started there and I work my way back. All right.
No man,
Well, presently, as you know,
no man, start where you are from Kingston, come up. Yeah.
you know, say sometimes, you know, so when you have two hosts, you don't know who to please, they not please nobody. You know that. Yeah, originally from Kingston, start from very humble surround beginnings. You know, you're very humble, very humble. You know, and my mother was always there with me. You know, my father also maybe not as much physically, but certainly there materially, and you know, very humble surround. At the same time, I had a very loving and caring mother. Loving sometime, a little too caring sometime, and tend to be a little restrictive. But within the midst of her understanding of it, I think she did her best. She tried her best to do whatever she could. And I really appreciated what she did, you know. And Miss her madly, you know, all the time, every time, because I didn't think she would have left us as yet. So went to Camperdown High School, red and blue. Had the honor of being mentored by people like Mr. Mills, Sir Glenn Mills. And that is an honor that a lot of people wouldn't really understand how far it goes, because you see what he has done for a lot of athletes in Jamaica.
True.
Him do that for everybody who come around, brother.
Yeah.
I can tell you that personally.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who grew me, understand me, I said to you?
Yeah, man.
Because I was fortunate enough to go to school when my teacher...
Yeah, I can attest to that. I have met him, you know, and spoken with him a few times. Yeah. Very nice, simple person.
Flavius, I'm grown, man. In our school, I'm grown, man. And let me tell you, man, the fall out of the island 2 times. Yeah, man, then he was a PE teacher and all that at Camperdown. So he said, me talk about certain things, about drugs and all that. Me just kiss my teeth and walk away, you know. Because when you hear certain things, you know, so if that, it's a good thing. But you understand what I'm saying? So I don't worry about track accomplishment where 6 years or 30 years from then when them go and discover some great new test or something and find something that is in. I don't worry about that. That's not Mr. Mills. Nice man, beautiful person, brother. Right up to now, Camperdown.
True.
School, beautiful school. Nice people.
Mm-hmm.
Went through when I was evolving, you know. And they had the evolving stage where people like Mr. Jeff Brown. And again, I said I had the fortune of knowing that. These were my parents. I couldn't go to school, go there and a teacher feel like discipline me and me go and go send in a bed. You know that? I feel afraid to discipline you in those times and think parents will come and chuck them down as foolishness as you are going now. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm not saying people make punishment still in a brother, because never it's one of my youth them, you know. But me know it's a discipline necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a different and discipline, and we have to learn the difference. Because I discipline my youth them, but I never lick one of my youth them ever. But I discipline them. Because if I never couldn't achieve them goals, you never just wake up and talk, Mr. Brother. But it's the kind of me use positive reinforcement, scenario and psychology. You know, don't spend my time on the shoot for the bad. They go reward you when you do the good. And since you want the reward, you work towards the reward, don't?
Yeah, man. A true thing that.
Make sense? Yeah, man. Never return on my youth them yet. And God bless me, they have done very well. You know?
True.
They have made you opportunities, and that's a lot to give thanks for.
So you never do no tracks at
So
Camperdown?
anything you guys want to ask me?
You doing any tracks at Camperdown?
I was actually the captain of the cricket team, you know.
Okay. What year that was?
Yeah, man, I played a lot of cricket.
Sunlight. What
that
year?
Was in 1976. I went to university in 1976.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the 6th form 1 year. I did my I was surprised when and then I went 6th form 1 year and did my A-levels in 1 year and then went to university.
Okay.
In 1 year, kind of thing. Back in that time, yeah. Yeah, but I was the captain of the cricket team, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Had some great people around me, you know, because even this morning, because accident, I don't know if you guys know that, I had an accident.
No,
I have a memory,
Never know.
A lot of the, yeah, man, I had a massive accident, man. I went through a windscreen and when hospital, my sons were there doing them homework and I could remember that shit. The first time I go back to do anything in computer and school is after my accident. Lose my memory completely, brother. Even though me can't remember. It's yesterday when I'm a brethren. Me used to be captain of the cricket team and it's one of my brethren and linked me up yesterday because somebody had telling you a third party to say me there on the team. I can't remember the whole of the cricket team I know.
Okay.
I can't remember radiation. But I knew everything about Einstein theory of relativity. And theory and ring and the Cavendish and the biggest equation, science, theater, the can go to a level. I make my coffee. And my brain slip. I can't put in my sugar. So I have to live living with those challenges.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't remember everything.
You know.
But I have to work with those challenges and even writing the book.
When I was looking over your bio, I saw that you did some work at Banana Board, right? You were like a IT consultant at Banana Board, and it's striking to know that Jamaica not doing well in banana no more. Are you there with me, Michael? Okay.
No, they're not because what?
Okay.
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. What that means is that the whole Chiquita thing in this the economies of scale,
Yeah.
Because the whole Chiquita thing, and when them got that whole thing and dropped special privilege for Jamaican banana, and Chiquita was able to produce it much enough, then Jamaica banana became very much competitive. But you see, what Jamaica need to understand is that we can't compete on quantity, we compete on quality.
Yeah.
We have to niche yourself, as we have done in the music. The aspect of our culture that make us niche and make us unique. To profit from those things, brother. But what we are trying to do is compete with people in their own arena that they are already accomplishing. You have to find your own little niche now, Franco. You know what I said to you, brother?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
We have a whole heap of niche down here in the cave. Whole people you learning about your intellectual property. We're not learning the value of our people and our knowledge-based society. We base everything off of quantity. The man who can chop down this piece of the hill, the man who will rate the most. You know, think about the man who could innovate some agriculture, this and that. So what we feature is where we get in a bit. So we're at the stage where we go right back to large-scale subsistence instead of niching ourselves and creating some things that nobody else can produce, because that is where we must go in a better. Without being, we can't really do the hardware part of the thing in Franco, but we can do the software.
Yes.
And if we are oriented with kids them towards setting up apps and setting up little things and setting up some little indigenous and some little startups things and things, but we don't have them things better. We don't have things there, no. We don't non-disclosure loans better. Don't ask me why.
For somebody, you have been in the science and technology fields for years, right? You think we are way behind?
We're behind in terms of implementation, but in terms of our knowledge-based structure, in terms of where Jamaican youth go over there, the human and go youth go over there, go mash up Microsoft software competition. Already you might have youth from all, but maybe the name mash fetch up from you from the cartical, go out about in a Microsoft thing or mash up the thing them, man. We might not have the infrastructure to do the hardware side of it, but we can do the knowledge side of it.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Why them not gather people like you and and others in your field and put them together, put you guys together and come up with some tangible plans so we can, deal with the hardware part of things?
No, but the hardware part is not important, really.
Franco, I think.
Franco, let me just answer a question with this. I was in that business, right? Still is. One time, them decided, Jampro claims to them find a German company that coming down to talk to us, and and they got all the bright minds, and put all of us in some big hall, and the people them come to talk to us. These are all the systems analysts and the developers and everybody, top people. And it turned out that the people them was coming to talk about data entry.
That's it, data
So we
entry.
just get up and left. Yes, the bottom of the row. Over the years, we have been begging for support, because at one time, in fact, when I was going strong, you had a lot of people like me, and I'm not taking over this thing, but I remember one time we went to a bank. We heard that a bank needed some software. Yeah, some software. And we went to the bank, a very high-powered team, and them said, okay, give me a proposal. And we gave them a proposal, so we could do the thing, and we, all money and whatever. And we never heard back from them. And the next thing we know, them say them all right.
Somebody else do that.
When it turned out,
Somebody else do that, man.
They went to Canada, and they bought a system that one of the banks had just thrown out. An obsolete system. Obsolete system. I remember another occasion where Life of Jamaica put in a system, and when they completed the test phase, they had to upgrade again without them start doing any work after spending millions of dollars.
Hey, saying a funny my youth. Flavius, them have to upgrade. Them have to upgrade before them test.
Yeah.
And that thing. Pennywise and pound foolish.
Come on.
See, no for the time them if them can't understand it, them don't want to be a part of it.
Okay.
And once if them understand it enough, we'll take it over. So the people them all the time who are the innovators, they may not get in the shaft.
Okay.
Because I think the people feel like they know what you're doing. But sometimes they have the next match straight too. True, you make it look so easy. Sometimes them feel it's an easy thing. I talk from personal experience. And you leave it to them and then 20 years them can't manage.
Okay.
Because when them a plan to disenfranchise you are plan to innovate. We need innovators and people going to agree with what you are about. Because that's why we are innovators.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, Franco?
Yeah, man.
You cannot be an innovator and be a conformist. They are two mutually exclusive things. Two mutually exclusive things, but you cannot be an okay. So if you come and innovate, you do some things that people don't like, But in the end, say, as Bob Marley say, from say you are right, everything, If you're not wrong, everything is all right, don't.
Yeah, man, that's true.
That's all. From say you're not wrong, because then they would be the best way to prove is to improve, brother. And the match of the day, we have to develop a system where we keep on incorporating knowledge, ideas, thing that by the time we reach station stage, we have the best case scenario. We have got to like where Flavius just talked to you about a while ago about people upgrading before them test.
Yeah.
Those are the foolishness that to go about because we pennywise and we pound foolish, and in the end we end up like some people who go down a shop every day and then go buy half pound of sugar. Instead of you just sit down and wait one time and buy 1 5 pound of sugar today and 1 5 pound of flour tomorrow. But sometimes because you don't understand the shopping list well enough, you have to just take it as you see it. And the next you have this negative idea about where you deal with it and how you deal with it.
Yeah, you boss.
One of the problem I face, you see, during my time as a software consultant is that I find it happening in all different fields though. I find that Jamaicans and Jamaican companies take it hard to give a Jamaican some real money. They will give it to the foreigner, although the foreigner is way below the local person, but them don't want to. They don't want to
Hey.
sign a check and give you for $1 million. That's too much money for you.
You experienced that to Michael? Michael?
Oh, you mean you say me, yeah?
Yeah, you
You
experienced
say me I
that.
start my company?
Yeah.
Yeah, you say me, when me start our company, it's me and a white guy, PhD guy, you IBM start my company. You know? And when me there and be way, you know, and at the end of the day, one day the man just come to me and tell me, say, it's obvious me not may you see him again and him out, you know. And if me have that guy around me and me go to somebody and say, I want $100 million, it's deal. But if alone go them all up and you understand, because we just have the thing about it, brother. I mean, I don't know what it is in a brethren. But Franco, if we not break them all, we can't be successful about nothing what we do.
True.
We have that molar failure thing about it all the time. You hear it come out in our maths, in our vernacular, and the things we do and the way we express ourselves and the way we say about each other, you know, and the way we deal with each other, you know.
Yeah.
Two complete different systems. You know how no people deal with the system and how them deal with them one another, and that's the biggest problem at the maths, you know, Franco. Trust me, no, brother. A man have him job to go with him and reach from 7 o'clock. If him a come help you as him brethren, you know, him come anytime him want to, cause favor him a do it, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
And me I try to tell a man, say, yeah, I want to tell a man, say, do only like see, alright, Flavius.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Tell him how me you deal. Tell him how me you deal with the challenges where we have for today. Don't could deal with it next year, Flavius, don't.
Oh yes.
But I know the effort and the importance that you. But I know the effort and the importance. If I'd have an interview for doing Mr. Digicel, I'd deal like it like that same way. So why you not deal with it for your brethren? So my system good, but deal with your brethren them better.
Yeah.
No for when I see the way that feel and deal with it anyway. And not for the time people just do things because they want to look good. And that is the next big problem. So they look good and good. Because enough time when you look good come long before you do good, you know, brother.
Absolutely right. Look good come long.
Yeah, he said he had a emergency appointment for today. But he worked hard and changed it for tomorrow. So he could be with us today, which I appreciate tremendously. And that's a good point to make.
Then you can't put out on a poster and put me on the poster and everything.
You know one of the things I want to know about your book. The book the title is what? The Hands of Time and the causes effect and conscious on conscience and consequences.
Effect, conscience and consequences. Yeah.
Talk to me about it. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. What you know? What came about writing that book? You know, that book is a part of my memory recovery. Because I told you that I lost my memory, right?
Yeah. Yes, you did.
In an accident, I lost memory.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So what happened? When I went to a neurologist and everybody and spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars trying to recover back my memory, and the neurologist said, "Okay, I'm going to have a permanent memory." But during the thing, I listen to them, I realize that every time music, I always remember back home, me hear that music first, it's me a Alton tune, and me hear this tune or that tune. Remember, I hear that tune the first time me hear it. So when I started that collection, so because when me come out of hospital, when me turn on my computer, you know, tears come my mind's eyes, you know, because me say I can them, but me don't know them meaning, or teach myself computer all over again, you know, brother. So when me don't know is that me first learn to do know the first thing me learn to do for come bridge is that me learn to craft record to computer. So me have me turn the system, go to my computer, and then me da play all me alter them and started tune from when you know when, and you know me I talk about my youth.
Yeah.
And when them tune they're licking at my head now, me start remember back things, and it helped me stitch back my memory process. Plus Facebook and those, because at the time I connect back to people, because me just did I tell you about the cricket thing and everything. Or whatever, I just connect back to one of my brethren yesterday. Him used to be the open batch to the team. He used to be the captain by him. I come over here and I meet all people, me and them, my youth and for them youth used to go to school in the same class, and me used to go and me and them tell me, so me know you, and I say, no man, you don't know me. And them know me. So it's a whole match of recovery now, it's a whole match of recollection. And the whole music now was the process side. But during all of that, the one thing I never forget was this guy when I was at university. Oh, plan to do me, whatever. Come to me one, tell me, say, 4 years him a look at me to kill me now. He must be done at the place.
Yeah. Damn, 4 years.
Right? Tell me, say, man, 4 years now him a look at me to kill me. So I look at him and say, where you want to kill me for my youth? I do. He say, boy, the people them don't say that anybody who used to go university and down to earth and deal with people and, you know, a communist, you know, I swear to kill every communist, you know.
Right,
I realize that he's a man, you deal with your music and you deal with your things. 4 years, you know, Franco, you hear me say? 4 years. And him live almost in front of me, you know, Franco.
Whoa.
He's a man that more time when police are a carry a gun come give me in, and I say, put on this because you're a student. And I say, we are carry come give my youth. So when I realize now, I can't control in a certain way, I try to intimidate kind of thing. And you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, him look at me now and tell me, say, well, that's your music you do in your book and all them things, so nobody about you can't trouble. After my accident and everything, that was the most salient point of my memory back in that time that I remembered. And I use that as the point of departure to go on an ontological course to go back to track and find when we can extract back out of my memory process. Like, if you, in the book, most of every chapter started a song because
you use music for bring back your memory.
Yeah.
That's powerful if you can use music and get back your memory. That means every song we play remind you, you can picture back where you were when you first hear the song, what were you doing and things like that. And then you gather back all of your memory like that. That's good, man.
You get an eidetic man, you know what I mean? A photograph almost. You know, and then now me have the other. Then me bring myself to the other challenge now when me hear them song, they remember who are the artists and the key of the tune and the chord progression and you know.
Okay.
Just part of the process. Because I know some music is yours.
It was a hard learning process back all over again.
Yeah, and it's not finished. Keep going.
Okay. So presently you're still a
because right
that.
now Courtney. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Back with Courtney in linking up back with Flavius in bringing back the whole link back to Ted Lately, the whole link again. Because I remember Ted Lately from way back. He might not be, but I remember him from way back in the 1980s time when Barry Salmon come. I have Ted Lately about.
Okay.
Me and him go way back to those times. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man. So is this and there's a connection with Winston Bell out of Bell because Winston Bell now is my son, you know. You know him?
No,
I'm a son.
No, I don't.
Because me and him went, you know, so he's well,
when I first get the name from Flavius, I said to Flavius, I wonder if him related to Owie Bell. You know, what connection is he with Owie Bell? And Flavius said, I don't think so. You know,
the connection is that we used to live the connection to me and them is that we used to live in Vineyard Town.
Okay.
Right? And Mrs. Bell, who is Never Bell, and Russell Bell, who are them mother?
Yeah.
A very beautiful lady, man. Beauty, one of them lady the way you see them, brother, and you just know, say you have to bow down and
Yeah,
be
yes.
a good boy and don't even talk too hard and you better cause what? But and you do a smoke what? You know them kind of mother
Yeah.
figure, the brother.
Yeah.
Well, I saw Mrs. Bells here, brother. She has passed on, but she used to be coming down sometimes to our business, and we see her. We just know so we have to take care of her. Beautiful lady, man. Humble and nice, man. The boys them grow up. The Bell boys them had a very good mother, man. The whole Never Bell and Howard Bell and the Russell Bell and the whole of them, man. A very good mother, man. Nice, very nice lady.
Okay.
But she has passed on now, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the book in its sense now. How long you have it out? How long have been the book been out?
About 7 years now, you know.
Some years, okay.
Mm. But what happens is that all right, a short maths, a quick maths is that when I released that one, I started to write the next one, but in terms of certain infrastructure within my ends, I was trying to get in place, and not only that, I kind of diverted in the music thing here, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Start producing some people who I thought that the whole process would have been straightforward and run into a lot of difficulties and trying to be halfway treading water, wonder whether to go forward or to go back and end up wasting time and energy and effort. And you understand?
Okay.
But yeah, but the biggest part of it, and probably the more part I hope to work out, is that a friend of mine, because I had a studio back in when I was in Kingston, you know, I had a studio over there. Donovan Steele, you're supposed to know Donovan Steele, right?
Which was Steely from the Steely and Clevey.
No, man, him and the daddy school do tune like big things are going for your baby.
Okay.
Remember them, I get busy because I know your body ready.
Yeah, I know that.
You know me,
I know
yeah,
the song. I know the song. One of
Well,
them 80s at its.
Yeah, man. And I want to tell you, you know.
I'm in a school when that song the drop. Big things I want for you, baby.
I think them time them in a school too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think maybe I was at university. But what happens is that you see, life is a funny thing, you know, Franco.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens now, by that time now, met an accident and losing memory and whatever, I kind of drop out of the music thing for a long time and whatever. But Donovan Steele, I'm not sure life funny, you know, brother. Donovan Steele had a little studio thing up and place up the road and thing. So one day me and him get talking, you know, and said to me, say, you know, so me see a walk. I want to see a walk, it was a dread. Me can't remember the dread name now. But like him, I say, you know, so me tell Bongo Earl, say, from me show them on the walk, him have music inside him. And I tell him, say, no, sir. The man don't go deal with computer alone, man. The man don't deal with music and nothing. And I said to him, say, yeah, man, he used to play music, man.
Mm-hmm.
And him say, yeah, he used to play some band named Black Sapphire, man. Him say, Black Sapphire? He say, yes. Him say, as a band, they make me start playing music, my youth.
Mm-hmm.
And I never met him. I'll show you the word coincidental, brother.
Yeah.
Because there was a guy who named Garnett who used to come up on campus at the university and he used to be rehearsing. And he used to come and listen to where we rehearse and him go down to Excelsior and I tell them about this band named Black Sapphire. Mm-hmm. And how him want them perform for them band and it's so Donovan Steele start playing music.
Okay.
At Excel. And right away, me tell him when me go through in terms of my turmoil and me met an accident and lose my memory and whatever. And the man said, me set up a studio for you, man. And come on my yard, come make me set up back a studio. I have a studio, me do recording and all of them things, make rhythm and all of them things and them things for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Do good, my brother, and it follows.
Yeah, man, I choke.
Sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly. Because that's all, and that's my maths every day, brother. So from here, all this thing happening, I know so this is a good thing. Mm-hmm. Me just jump on it. I mean, nobody make myself be no problem. Mm-hmm. Flavius can't tell him. You know, once me fit in at the game, I want the game go the smoothest and the easiest way. And sometimes, if you update with your local idiosyncrasies, then a lot of time, the thing is not as smooth as you want. Because man, I forgot know which part you put on one spoon. Or you know, so the spoon should have put on this.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You understand? That's okay?
Yeah, man.
So we are trying to develop work. Yeah, the best practices and all those things we do, brother. Because at the end of the day, we if you know, so we have to lift up ourselves. Nobody can lift up, brother. See, now they did a cost jump and a praise Biden. That only for how far.
True.
We have to uplift ourselves, brother.
Yeah, man, and we have to do it. You're right, because
we have to do it and come by the way we deal with each other, man. We have to learn to deal with each other professionally and with respect, brother. And that is what's lacking.
I was thinking about that last night, but I was thinking about it more as the Caribbean becoming the food belt to the world. You understand me? We need to go back to more farming. And this is going to bring me to the next question about you, because you involved in various farm projects, right? So, farming is something to me right now. When me think of that, I go run the world, you know, farming and water. The person who can control the water and control farming, which is, I always say the Caribbean or the food belt, but we're not planting enough. What is one of the things you see can interest Jamaican youths and government again for get back into farming extensively?
You mean what a crop or approach?
The approach, because the crop is already there. We just on the approach, the proper approach.
Well, I think we have to achieve economies of scale, and we have to have certain amount of collective endeavors in going about the farming. Because whether we want to face China, America and all those places are capitalist country, and nobody, the market, whatever control, we have to make the market determine or whatever. We have to have some way of judging what is needed and let the system respond to it. We have to have a more responsive system, brother. And what is very lacking more than anything else, and what this is, I think, is the biggest impediment in the whole agro-processing thing, Franco, no post-harvest processing.
No post-processing.
You harvest something today, and you harvest an excess, and you don't have no kind of cooperative where you can some place to just go
waste.
And whether you want just waste. We can't bring it to some puree, or we can, you know. So my whole math in terms of, because, you know, I was on an endeavor of self-reliance, you know. So in terms of the water system is, me provide 99% of the water when me use, you know.
Okay.
Me produce it. And me produce 100% of the energy when me use.
All right. That sounds good.
So the next match now is to produce 80 or 90% of the food where you consume, and then about next 80 or 90% that you can sell or process or sell out to somebody. Enough that you can earn enough so you can put in what you don't produce for yourself. But it's all about doing things smart. And what I'm seeing is that in Jamaica, the smartness is not there. I can speak from personal experience, man.
Go ahead,
some
man.
guys are doing something. Yeah, man. Some people are doing some little basic, little functional things that just, some man don't care if the world lose $1 as long as they make 10 cents. That's some is enough, man. You mean, because you have some places here, you look on them and them are retail out here, right?
Yeah.
I said to a man, say, you got to them and say, in terms of me go university, me the post-harvest physiology as a part of my biochem course, brother. So me know what, me know, so, and if you don't have to be a scientist to be, if you have common sense. If you look on the pan where the thing coming out, you avoid heat, avoid air, avoid sunlight, and avoid moisture.
Yeah.
So if you're going to really retail out something, some nice because the Ziploc bag now. You know, just put some of the seed in a Ziploc bag and you squeeze it out and whatever you do, right, you have it in a man knows so whenever I get it, I can just start plant. But people waste so much energy to lick down. Me I look on all experience of that right now. Man lick down one whole hillside, brother, and can get one cucumber because when plant nothing come. Yeah, and so we have to approach the thing with more common sense. Right? And we can't reach the thing where we are dealing with the thing like politics, so then be a chicken foot or cow foot, and so you know, eat none of them and you have to take one of them. Now, I walk past a restaurant, they go and dead for hungry, brother.
Yeah.
And there's some there. You know, you have to force, you're a consumer, you have the buying power, you're a voter, you have the voting power, you know, for use whatever you have, and sometimes restrain Me not talk phone the guys up there, no. Go dump, who know if you dump, you know, but me I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You know what I say, Frank?
Yeah, man. We get to.
Yeah, man. But sometimes abstention is the best form of participation, you know, brother.
Yes.
Because if a man have him shop and him a produce two menu and him to nobody now buy him food, him a either have to go make up his mind to lock down for him shop and a smarter man open up his shop or open the next shop or him change the menu.
Mm-hmm.
See? And if you know something is wrong about something and you keep participating, how the hell they go expect it to change?
Yeah, that's true.
Like me, I try write one tune, you know, Franco. Yeah, the tune start when I saying if the coffee is hot and you smile the same way, how am I going to know that things are not okay? Think about it.
Yeah. The coffee hot and
You
you
understand?
smile the same way. How am I going to know
how am I
that
going
things is not okay?
Right. So things are going out there, and man, the things they don't like and whatever, you know, communicate to them, say it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the day, you're saying, should I know? People are not mind readers, man. I forget about it. They agitate for what we know is right, but I want to vex boss.
Yeah.
Because anybody who fight against the truth, fight against himself, you know. Remember, you know, Franco, you know, always right, you know, but always try and speak the truth, you know.
Yes.
Because sometimes the truth is not right, you know, but when you're around your friend, them, you know, the truth will become right, you know, because you know, so a bullshit attack, you know, tell you so that wrong, you know, my youth.
True.
You're there on your friends.
Yeah.
From their school, that's how we used to drop it. We in a group, if never a problem, I mean, I approach that way. I'm an open myself. Mike, you're an idiot. You can't approach it like that, man. Approach it this way. Now, we not take it personal.
A true thing, that, man.
The bigger picture, Franco. We have to go for the bigger picture now. We can't expect people to go for the bigger picture for we better.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it because I strongly think that we as a people, whether in our black people, and then we as a nation, Jamaicans, we have to start do things for ourselves and allow the government, leave the government, make them come in after we develop our things. Because we have to find things, you know, we have to find things where we can build and export in order for earn a living. And can't depend on the government no more. I've seen it during this election cycle. We are going to the US. They tell you how each party have millions of dollars spent. And
billions.
Yeah, billions. This is a $1 billion
because
election.
the last estimate to me is something like $10 billion them who used for the election cycle. You know?
Oh yeah, man. Enough billions are spent, man. But when I do a little research Sunday night, and I find out, you hear them say in the last election of Jamaica, the Labour Party buy out the vote, and it happening in the US also. That's why they have so much money. But guess what? No.
Everywhere, man.
Guess what? All they spend when they spend all of these money on commercial, you know, the black radio get the least out of it. I don't even think the black radio they make $1 billion out of this chest of money where they must spend with the two parties.
No, because they have already socialized us not to believe in what each other says. So them know saying putting it a black station is for entertainment is not for real information because them socialize with the way they already.
Them cut we down to that farm.
We allow them to cut themselves down to that, brother, because we reach the stage now if we that think right. Because right now, I see knowledge are increase and people are get dumb at the backside. How come knowledge are increase and a man pants reach a man clear now, brother? And walk up and down and say him cool. And if a man run off fire, you can't run. You put yourself in a position where you're so disadvantageous and I pretend to people like you're so wow. And when the reality of real life, you can't cope with it. Because if you forget a man, I'm run you down now, you can't run in that pants. So that is basically, I'm using that a metaphor as to where we deal with this as black people. Because no, for I people, parents come make the struggle in a better from Martin Luther King in a better to Bob Marley, look about the thing. With Bob Marley, them kind of man, they come together. I'm gonna talk about the younger reason why Bob Marley bosses because he was a brown guy. In dead from 1981, who else come fill that vacuum that he left Franco?
None.
That means that if he was a guy, we just him go open the gate, who else a follow behind him?
Not even on him youth them feel that vacuum either. So no.
You know, that me I try to tell you the man came special and do something special work, and we don't appreciate him. I know when him dead and gone, because God bless my mother, I love her, you know, she's a very beautiful woman, you know, brother, and she have her ways about her. But it's 8 years after Bob Marley dead. And my mother one I best sing, I know, you know. And I say 8 years after Bob Marley dead. My mother them yard one day me play some Bob Marley, and my mother say, hey, you know, so the man I used to sing some good songs. So for all the years when Bob Marley I sing, she just want dirty the Rasta boy, she lock him off.
Yeah.
So the system we know if we just dismiss itself without even each other, without even thinking. Because from we see a certain profile, we must find all the negatives in it, and once we find negatives in each other, we can't achieve nothing, Franco. Because we're going to amplify the bad and we're going to diminish or damn the good. So when you do the good, I know nothing. And when you do the bad, you see it.
You get glorification.
That's the mentality we live in.
Yes.
Yeah.
The likes
and that is worldwide.
The likes and the
yeah, man, and that is worldwide. Yeah, man, that is worldwide, especially in America too. Because America is the first place of famous to build black people to the top and just tear them down in no time, you know.
True, man. True.
Because them, we were so good. Them are set up a look good phenomena. That's me. I go back to when I tell you the difference, Franco, between look good and do good, you know, brother. Sometimes when you do good, you know, look good, you know, Franco, you know that. Me they run my youth, the man that do some good for them. Me never used to look good. Them used to be, and my son and me never have to lick one of them. Me I use my reinforcement, my past skin area, and me never lick one of my youth them yet. What I use my skin area and psychology, you do the right thing, you little what it.
Yeah.
You do the wrong thing, you depend on your own. Don't. So if you want me, if you care about party weekend, you have to make sure you do your work during the week, don't.
Yeah, a true thing. I saw you.
And if you didn't tell me,
I saw it you snap to. I saw it you snap to. If me want to go out, me have to make sure say me do good. So that when the time come, I said to my mother, I want to go there. So she say, all right, and she give me a time limit. Say, don't make 10 o'clock come and reach back in here. And me reach home at 9 o'clock. I've been know the next time when me ask her, she might extend the hours.
Yeah, man. You build trust. You build trust by your performance.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Because the best way in life, you know, you have to trust but verify, you know. Because nobody is perfect, you know.
Yep.
So even the person who you trust, you have to verify with them, I say, because sometimes they can be wrong, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you don't verify them because you don't trust them, you know. You want to verify to make sure so them right. You trust them, but you want to make sure them don't make a mistake, so that is the verification process in that too.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
So just build up because Franco, we've been talking, and every time you go up on Facebook, we have this backward legacy about how you was the greatest black man, was the richest, and all of those things. Now I feel like we have some carpet for lay out and lie down and expect some entitlement to come. We deserve it. But guess what? I mean, I think it's like if you come for right now, the reparation thing is probably a next generation thing. That. So we have to go and do what we can do for empower our kids and with the liquor. We have to empower each other. So when those things come around, the kids will be ready.
That's just a social
media.
That's just a social media, Mike. Let me ask you about social media. You use social media for promote your music and thing, right? And even for keep in touch with friends. What you think? What you think about it? We as a people, are we using it the right way?
No. That's the biggest match.
Okay.
That's the biggest match. If Trump, let me tell you already, say if Trump do the wrong thing. See?
Yeah.
We're going to share that. If one man kill one man run down the road, we're going to share that. But if your neighbor next door to you just cure cancer, you're in a business. And that's the match of the thing.
Okay.
We now promote each other. We now highlight each other's work. We now highlight where we come from because a lot of us feel shame. We know so we come from humble origins. And I realize, same like one of our shame, we know so people look on you and say, yeah, old boy. I mean, I try to tell them, say, look, old boy, an accomplishment, you know.
Yep.
You know, live there yet. So when you see me call me old boy, if you put the medal on my chest, my boy, because you don't make it yet. Think, but to go on have this negative idea as if to say all of these things over which we have no functionalities over are things. We find everything for discredit to one another, Franco.
Yeah.
And that's the match of it. So it's the hardest thing for you. We have to go to the system to do everything. So if me want a man to do a job for me, I have to go to the system and the system find him and produce it and thing, and you and the man live right next to and you and him can work together. But if it's a thing, so come at me go a party, it can't happen. If it's a come go down the road, go look, go buy a drink, it can't happen. If it's a thing, so come go look some girls, it can't happen. But the moment you say come work together is a problem. You can't succeed as a nation like that, brother.
That's true thing, man.
So me no bother waste my time with them match, you know, brother. Because I don't have no time to play no skin up game with nobody, you know, brother. See, Flavius come and link me and Courtney and the world and we do this thing and this thing is what it is and it's a beautiful thing. We go with it. Because it's our job, it's our duty, it's our role for us to know that those of us who God has been fortunate to in one way or another, to try and share it. Whatever it is, whether it's word of advice, whether it's words of encouragement, because there are people out there struggling right now, having all kind of difficulties, and we have to give them word of encouragement and word of upliftment. And we have to know so there's a God factor, but there's a we know so there's a we factor. And then it makes sense. So I pray to one God to change all these people and then we lick them in and the middle of the matchstick. You know, we have by our actions and by our behaviors and by our daily thinking and execution going to determine the outcome of our life, because at the end of the day what society is just a collection of individual actions, brother. Ain't it?
Yeah. I have one more question for you. I don't know if Flavius have any. If Flavius have any, but I have one more question for you. And this will take you way back. That take you way back.
Anything, man. Let me tell you, man.
Not in your sunlight cricket days, but way back. The Gleaner the Gleaner Silver Pin Award. You won it before.
Yeah.
What the Gleaner achieve? What the award signify? What
the Gleaner Silver Pen Award?
Yeah, what it signify?
All right. I really want that thing, you know, is that technology again or whatever. And I don't remember me, but I remember I remember computer straight. This thing about Lottie Bodier at the time about him that about him worth him salt and whatever. I remember Bank of Jamaica and him that argue about him salary.
Yeah, yes.
So I write say public service is public service. And if you decide to do hello?
Yeah, I'm here with you, man. I'm still here.
Oh, I would have beep. I say if you decide to do public service, So basically I went along the line that and the average draftee in the NBA make more money than the president, but the president don't mind because I mean, the public service, you decide to you can't be Bank of Jamaica, the governor, that's an honor. It's a public service you can't come there about. Something like that I write about. And then what happens is that them have a letter of the day for each day, right? You ever look in the Gleaner and see they have a letter of the day?
I don't remember it, you know. It's been a while.
Yeah, man, they have letters to the editors. They send letters to the editor, and every time they do, they select out one letter. They call it the letter for the day.
Okay.
So for the month, they have like 30 letters, which are the letters of the day, and they have a committee or whatever goes through and select out the best letter for that month. And that person get the Silver Pen Award.
Okay.
So all it boils down to just writing a letter to the editor of the Gleaner, and it coming out as the top letter for that month. And that was the first letter I wrote to the Gleaner.
Okay. It brings me back to I think about 2 years ago. Some members of parliament are complaining that them salary need increase.
Right.
When I look at the list, you know, at the money where them guys they are pulled down, and I think the same thing like what you say. They are public servants, so they're not supposed to get no portion of money. Cause there's public servants right now. What me know at Jamaica, and them not get increase our salary like how them minister, you know, have I wouldn't say a chest or a chunk full of money. But them in a good position. They are in good position, but then still them say them want a pay increase, and there are a lot of people that work way below minimum wages in Jamaica, and them can't even ask for a pay increase.
Then that may I tell you, that may I show you better is just the inequality, man. It's just the inequality that exists within the society, and at the end of the day, we don't realize that our own greed and own the property come back and haunt us. Because if you deprive somebody from being able to buy a pound of sugar, how do you go out and shop and expect the shop to be successful when you alone can buy sugar?
Yeah.
How you expect man to play marble is you compare him and you want to buy the marbles, brother. You want to buy the marbles, or when if you come buy marble from me and you set up a system where you always win back the marble. So me always come spend my money. So I buy marbles in a game, and play everybody busy playing losing game.
Yeah.
And I'm not time for it.
I do think that. You remind, as I said, that it bring back memory of a marble game we used to play back in the days. You know, this guy used to sell marble, and we have to go in our yard, go buy marble. And we can't come out of our yard until we play marble in our yard.
yeah, and him always end up a lose. Him always end up a win.
A win, yeah. We have to play,
yeah, so you always end up with.
Hey, him lock when him lock film gate, you know, boss. I can't come out until.
Let me show you, man. So, you know, is we now for you know, and let me tell you the truth, Franco. I mean, you know, this destruction thing when man did not talk about them all that tear down statue and waste some energy on that, you know, better. Because then the idea when you don't tear down statue and burn down the place, guess what? You go pay minimum wage, you go, or you be smart as like you go them up your minimum wage, you go clean it up back, you know, better. And you still end up owning nothing, you know.
Yeah.
You end up losing, you end up owning less. So what we for is we to come forward and make the paradigm shift. We have to come together and love, unity, and believe in each other. I know, say at the end of the day, no care go, we are one family. One black race family, and we not fight against nobody else family, you know, better. We not fight against nobody else picnic, you know. We not fight against nobody else, you know. We just empower ourselves, you know, Franco, so that we can earn and become productive. Because there's enough in the world for everybody, you know, king. I just we to know how to go about and look about the needs of each and every one, you know, better. And if the man them go back in all them Luke 14 and 15 and 16 and 17, all those Luke show them how to deal with the thing, you know, better. And if we know how to deal with the thing, then we don't need to have no problems, brother, because much of the time, enough of these problems, they send us, bring us further away from our goal and our objective, which is to have a better life.
Yeah.
Life without good life is no life, brother.
True. It's all right.
So, Flavius, where are you asleep?
I don't know.
No, man, I'm here. So where are you with the music now?
Well, you know, a good question. You know, so I used to work with this guy from a studio up in a town, Kingston, named Jabeng, Sheldon, and came over here and was looking around and boom, bam, bam, bam. About 2 years ago, we will link up, but because of the maths and the movement of the maths and everything, and we started this year now doing some recording, because that is my next big project with a guy, a very nice person, and him come from near your side, you know, Flavius. I killed him, come from Flavius.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man, right up a kill there, so him come from man named Jabeng, man. So we did one recording earlier this year. We did one recording earlier this year, and then the whole corona thing come mess down everything now. So we are in abeyance because we have done the tracks already. We done key out the music them and everything or whatever. So is a guy named Saddam again from Portland. Young guy, DJ Saddam, Aerodynamics Production. We have to big up them people. Because at the time people go up there and make it look like say, I just them alone and everything. But we have some nice people around me. People like Buster from Buster Music. People like Ryan Bartons. We have to big up them man there. Them man, a really serious young youth, Ryan Barton, from out of Fairhill. He was out and sea, and because again, him back home and everything, and him soon move again, and God with his blessing to him. People like Ryan, flexible, you know. There's a lot of good pieces in the thing, brother. And of course, back to Jabeng now. We are in the process now of abating this pandemic and see where it goes. Back in the studio. Recording, we have the songs them and everything, recording and put them on road. It is my next big project, and I've been waiting about 10 years now to work with him. Right? Because I came over to Portland, I've been looking for this man, and just down the road. Yeah, but he's kind of like a shy guy, you know? So, he was there, and me and him link on Facebook, and him no says me, and me never know say him. Until one day, I just look at him from the side of me. And realize with him. I'm kind of, him shy a look away and thing or whatever. But a very good artist, brother. A very good singer. Very good person. And a very good lyricist. Very exceptional. So as soon as this corona thing abates, we go back in the studio. Plus, I have a lot of stuff that I've recorded in the past and stuff and things. Because the whole dynamics has changed now, I know right now, TJ have to put out a tune and make a fry egg, Because once you record it and everything, you just send it to wherever you send it. You have the system set up and the royalty structure and everything set up. So there's a lot of stuff we have in the back that, again, I'm going with Buster. Down and a good guy that, again, nice studio, everything, working with him. And terms of those retroactive stuff and everything. So I'm going to combine those two projects basically, and just when the time is right, just put out some music and use whatever the proceeds are that to forward the cause. And while all of that is happening, I'm writing my next book,
Title, what's
so if you look in my book, The End of Time, Part 2.
Oh, okay. The Hands of Time, Part 2.
Because Part 1 took it to 2020, this year.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to get a copy of the book. Yeah, man, because you see everything we're going on, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm write it 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
The pandemic, everything, I write it, it's in the book,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. 10 years ago, man. Because I sit down and I do my math. There's a clarity of vision when you do your maths and you're cleaning, brother. And it makes you see things in a way that you can't if you have a purpose, to what you're achieving your information, final. So, over time, I develop myself to become a seeker, and not a believer.
You have to.
Right?
You have to see.
Yeah, because believe.
And you will find.
Yeah, man, because believer. Yeah, man, believe. The Bible tells you law of attraction. The Bible tells you law of attraction. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and it shall find.
Yeah.
But but a lot of time people don't. People seek, but what they seek? They seek to substantiate what they already believe.
Okay.
So the things that does not validate their belief system, them discard it. Them call it advantage heuristics. The thing will look like it's the easiest thing and the thing. That's why all these conspiracy theorists and these people come about. And people that right now can't tell us that the world flat, and can give a telemetric. I use satellite telemetry to tell us that the world flat, brother.
Yes.
So you have people who will always be able to try. You have people who know who talk about anti-vaccine and anti-mask and anti-this and I myself say to them, so brother, prevention better than cure. And all who want go on about them no want wear no mask and them no want wear no this and them want make them life be a Russian roulette.
Mm-hmm.
Prevention better than cure. And it better me put on my mask and save an encounter than do have on my mask and have to fight one.
Exactly.
I always used to tell me, say, coward man keep.
Sound bone.
You know the one from?
Coward man keep sound bone.
So, I think was the only man of the fraternity.
Hey, me that one, me love my proverbs them, me love it.
Yeah, man.
Come on. Yeah, man, me love it because every day me feel my favorite one when my mother always tell me is puss and dog don't have the same luck. So what work for a man might not work for me.
Exactly. And let me tell you. Let me give you an experience. My mother said, my boy, nobody do that because I'm no luck.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's one. Yeah.
You know me, I say? Franco, you know me, I say?
Yeah, man. Me know.
Flavius, no care what you can't have no luck in a certain gambling.
Nah,
so it don't make sense to go in.
Man, yeah, that's why I no gamble, because I have no luck in a gambler. You just use the
yes, brother.
You just use the phrase a while ago. You don't have no luck, so don't try it.
No, but certain games you will not care, no bother, you not care. It's like how say, for example, don't go down to Georgia and go look on why to man in a certain way. You don't have no looking at that game. You understand me, sir?
Yep,
There's certain, don't go a certain country Don't go down a certain a man country and go disrespect him in religion. You know, I'm not looking at that as gambling there.
Yep.
The man don't tell you say you blaspheme and you upgrade yourself in a something where 1,000 people after a fight with, take you to something you could just walk away and leave alone because that's your primary purpose for life.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You
right.
might have your opinion, but sometimes the mother say you have your right and give it. Sometimes every time you have to be confrontational.
You know, have to,
and every time, sometimes the best of man is no talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, you're right. All of them things are old proverbs, man. Where parents taught us. Well, Michael, I give you thanks, for you take time out and come spend some time with us this morning and talk about all of these things, from biology, chemistry, all the scientific stuff them what you know about, and including farming and music. And we're going to invite you back again, So when
I'll be glad to come anytime.
When you have the music and the book ready, or even before that, you want
and in the meantime, anytime I want to go, because we have some other people who would be very much be interested in hearing what them have to say,
Yeah,
and I'm asking the audience and thing in the meantime, support the book, no? If you're Amazon, go buy a copy, no? Kindle, hardcover, softcover. Just find me right at Amazon, purchase your copy and put little strength in the thing, brother. Make this thing be the strength of the strength. Because if we believe in it, make we support it, no? And take more than take more than a like and a love or whatever. Sometimes it takes a little sharing and it takes a little caring and it takes a little spending and a little purchasing. So go.
Yeah, man.
Make my day and buy a copy of my book and make me feel good, okay?
Yeah, man.
I'll be grateful.
Send us a wait name there, a link of it so we can post it up daily and make people see it so them can go get a copy of it.
All right, brother. I'll send you that link in no time flat, brother.
Yeah, man.
Okay, but Franco, you and where you find me on Facebook? You're not on Facebook link like that, Franco.
Oh no, I don't do the Facebook that much, but I will come look for you on Facebook still. No worry. And link.
It's all part of the mix, brother. All of us can be one place, but all of us must have a meeting point, yeah?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So having everything is everything. Because he's not an Instagram man like that too much or a Twitter man like that too much. You understand? But we have a meeting point. So if I have to find you on Instagram, I can find you.
You find me on WhatsApp because I have, in the WhatsApp link. So that's what
but a lot of time, the thing with the WhatsApp is, yeah, but the WhatsApp, and the next thing, the WhatsApp thing, a lot of time is not as propagative as you can in Facebook, Me just give you some odds up thing, because I'm your brethren. Because with WhatsApp, you can go individually, people to people. Facebook, you can go to groups, brother.
Yeah.
You can go to a group with all 10,000, 20,000, 15,000. So you go to a group like Jamaica across the globe, you're looking at 140,000 people in that group. And one portion is potentially reaching 140,000 people. Get wise.
Okay.
So you can't restrict yourself again to just what you like or what you feel is whatever. You have to look at go back to what we asked about best practices, brother. You have to look at the whole landscape and see the best practice. And right now, in terms of you things, guy, I find it a little cumbersome because you're not on Facebook with the presence you're supposed to have. Because had you been there like that, I'll be able to be promoting this thing from the moment I read about it. I have to be creating some things and whatever. If you were there with a bigger presence, because we're going to make this thing go far in a bit.
All right.
We can make it go far as we can, Once it's up, I'm there with it, 155.75%.
Whenever you see me on Facebook, I'm going to be there as the Real Stuff Podcast. So we can link up.
Yes, man. Yeah, man. And go find me on Facebook, man. Just send me a friend request, man. And anything you have, brother, we have do better. Me that in and out, better, 100 or nothing better.
All right.
So anything you want to do, Flavius, tell him now,
Flavius.
Yeah.
Flavius.
Really, you sleep, my youth. You sleep, man.
Get comfortable with
What?
I'm listening.
You never make no coffee for money yet, my youth.
Not yet.
Not yet, all right. Yeah, hey, you over Enfield side now, Flavius? Are you up in Miami?
Man. No, man, I'm Enfield.
Okay, brother, okay. So Franco is the man.
Yeah, me the Miami. And
man.
And you
the Miami in the Enfield.
And you the
I'm right in Portland.
All right.
Yeah, man, up in Passive Gardens. And of course, we we have the whole world here listening to us, and we are so grateful to know that people have blessed us their ear.
Yeah, man.
And is here listening and getting a reason within the reasoning. And we hope that them can send us some feedback, and we can have some kind of comments and some kind of feedback in terms of what we have said and what we are doing, and in any way we can all come together and create a better world, because we need now to do it, brother.
Absolutely.
We need now to get past the low stance and get to the higher ground, brother. We need to get to the things that we can do, the things that we can become successful and productive, brother. Because at the end of the day, whatever failures we encounter go translate back to our generations to come. So make we try to get it right now. Make we make a generational shift right here. So empower ourselves through wealth, and through wealth we'll find riches, because we have to find wealth first. And the first part of wealth is knowledge, brother.
Absolutely. I love that.
Because we live in a society now where... Yeah?
No, I love that. We have to find wealth first, and the first form of wealth
Yeah,
is
we have to find
knowledge.
rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And we live in a society now where we live in a knowledge-based society. And at this time, it's not what you having, is what you know.
Yes.
Because people have things and lose it, and people are going to know things and get things. Okay?
All right.
Because we go in a society where we're taking less and less to do more and more, just by knowing how to use what you're doing. So phone getting smaller, everything getting smaller. So you're learning to do less and less to achieve more and more by achieving the knowledge that you never had before. So maybe go there, no black people. Maybe go there, no all people. Jamaican people, white people, because we're not racist, brother. I want people, everybody come from Africa. I just look at sunshine pan some more than some, make some darker than some, and look at melanin and look at this and that. The whole way I want people, brother. We could just come together and love and unity and forget the little stupid race war and this little national war and economic. The amount of money we have waste on war, brother, if you use quarter of that and a fight for 1 year, the world is a very prosperous place. Look at that.
Yeah.
Come on. All right then, Mike. So one love here.
God bless you, and you guys have a wonderful day. And thanks for the honor of really spending the time with me. I feel really honored about this, and I give thanks.
Likewise.
We thank you very much,
One love,
sir.
brother. Yeah, man. Flavius, we keep the link here, because the link is just down the road. Anytime I move, I make you know. Yeah, Flavius?
Yeah, man. Cool. Yeah, man.
One love.
Right. Stay safe,
Blessed
brother.
love.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
Huh?
Stay safe.
Yeah, man.
Safe.
Love again. Yeah, man. Love again, brother. Whoa. That.
Yes, indeed. You just heard from the man himself, Michael Anthony Bell. So, Flavius, we come to another
Yes, sir. More.
another segment or another episode.
Oh, yeah.
We get time for us to get out a year. And
Yes.
tomorrow we have Kareem from Belize.
Yes.
So Kareem will be joining us tomorrow, and he's going to be talking about the Carafi and the Garifuna cuisine.
Yeah, well, he's an international cuisine man, you know. He talk about food all over the place.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about food and more food. And then,
Yes.
and then on Thursday, we have Ivy. She'll be doing cooking curry. And
She'll
Courtney,
be cooking for us.
yeah, she'll be cooking live for us.
I will be cooking for us, yeah.
Live via Zoom. So she's gonna be sizzling in the kitchen with some Belizean cuisine also. So it's 2 days of food. Kareem will be here. he's a well-known chef, well certified in culinary arts.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, we bring the man himself, Mr. Charlie Cross will be here with us on Friday. And you know, Charlie have a book out, Flavius. And the book,
Yeah.
it's a Learn to Speak and Write Jamaican, including Patois. I'm telling you, boss, this
Yeah.
book having over 2,000 English sentences translated into Jamaican and over 250 English sentences translated into Patois. So, Charlie Cross, the one and only, and he's also a musician, you know, a vocalist and an instrumentalist as well. Singer, songwriter, musician, and a multi-vocal instrumentalist. So with that,
Okay.
you see the lineup. You saw the video. I sent you a video, and all
Yeah, man.
my contacts get that video this morning.
Yeah, I sent it off to.
Okay,
Yeah, I sent
we'll
it
be
off to
sending
everybody.
out that video. I want it to be to send out as early as Saturday. Each Saturday, the latest Saturday evening, so you can have a look at the lineup for the coming week guests. So when you get the daily flyer, you already know who's coming, so it best prepare you so you can decide who you want to listen to, who you want to watch, because we're going to start bringing more Zoom. We're going to start use the Zoom some more.
Yeah.
Because based on what is happening around us, we know some people going to get trapped indoors again. Because we know this thing is not a fake, as where some people might think the pandemic is a fake. It's not a fake. As them say, belief kill and belief cure. And true, know my mother always tell me, puss and dog now have the same luck. Me use that as my living motto. Where a man do, I don't must get away with it if I do it. So I don't do what him do. I do my own thing.
No. Yeah.
So with that, we come to the end of another day. I ask you to take care of yourself, your loved one. Always remember, prayer changes things, regardless of what religion you belong to. Continue to pray. All right? So, Flavius.
Respect and discipline. That's where we have to just boil it down to that. That is what we need to survive. That's all we need to survive. If we have respect and we are disciplined, then we can make it. No question about it. Tried and proven.
All right. So
that's it.
So Lubafu with our Father.
You lead us so full. You belong far away away. Ajuguala leva buseru. Lida mua, lida sungfula. Lida mua, lida sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me if it could flee. Me have to take away myself. Me have to take away myself. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. Have to take away myself. I have to utilize my wings. Show the eye clean right. Relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel I like a thief in the night. May I forget out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I will. Show the eye a clean berries. I say through the door. Take away ourselves.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.